If you love bacon, definitely a fan right here, you're going to love this easy bacon wrapped asparagus recipe. You need just 5 simple ingredients. The bacon comes out perfectly crispy, and it's a great way to get in a veggie in a way that feels actually pretty indulgent. Hi everyone, it's Maya from WholesomeYum.com, and I make easy, healthy recipes with 10 ingredients or less. And sometimes I also have little helpers, which I love. So today we're showing you how to make bacon wrapped asparagus. This is one of the oldest recipes on my website, and it's still one of the most popular because it's so simple to make, and it's a great way to get your veggies if you're not a big fan of asparagus. Bella, do you like asparagus?
Yes.
Do you like bacon?
Yes.
Gabby, do you like asparagus? Sometimes. Do you like bacon?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's see if it passes the test. Let's do this. The first thing we're going to do is trim the woody ends off the asparagus. I recommend thick to medium asparagus because the thin ones are going to get overdone by the time the bacon gets crispy. So there's a couple ways you can trim asparagus. The easiest way, and my favorite, is just to bend it and snap. And it's going to snap at exactly the right spot. You want to try? Yeah? Yeah. Slowly. Bend. And snap. There you go. So the other way that you can do this is just line up all the spears. I'm going to do a couple here just to show you. Line them up and then just cut off. That's a little bit faster, but I think the snapping's kind of fun. Do you think it's fun?
Yes.
So I guess we're doing it that way. Now we'll place these in a baking sheet and season them just lightly. So we'll add a teaspoon of olive oil. This isn't a lot because the bacon already has plenty of fat. This is just enough to get the seasonings to stick. This is a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic salt. Again, we don't want a lot here because the bacon is already salty. If you don't have garlic salt, you can also do half garlic powder, half salt. Either way works fine. And we have a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Cooking with family is fun, isn't it? Sometimes it goes really well, and sometimes you end up with asparagus spears that are this long. It's worth it though. So the next step, we're gonna mix this all together. You can use tongs if you like, but I usually just like to use my hands as long as they're clean. So I had 24 spears of asparagus. I have 12 slices of bacon to match. And the reason it's 12 instead of 24 is because I'm going to slice these in half and use half for each piece. And it's not just because we cut those spears really short for some of them. So I'm going to stack these all together so that I can slice them lengthwise. You'll probably get more perfect slices if you slice them one by one, but I'm all about the time savings, so I find it easier to slice them all at once. So now we have 24 slices. We're gonna grab an asparagus. Can I have one, Bella? Thank you. Take one of these. They're kind of long for the length of these spears, but that's okay. Wrap the end around, tuck it under, and then wrap it around just like that. Try not to overlap too much. If it turns out too long, you can just cut off the extra. But this pattern ensures that the bacon is going to get super crispy. Make sure you're not stretching the bacon, otherwise it's going to unravel. And we'll place this on the baking sheet seam side down so that they don't unwrap. You tried your best? Oh, you did great, good job. That one's very good. That's okay. So I have medium to thick asparagus here, so I'm wrapping each spear individually. But if yours is thin, you may want to stack a few pieces together and then wrap those. That way they won't overcook as much. You'll notice we're placing these onto a wire rack fitted over a baking sheet instead of just a baking sheet. What that's going to do is introduce more airflow while this is baking, so that means the bacon is going to get more crispy. I'll link the set that I use down below. We ended up with a little bit of extra bacon here. Normally I don't end up with extra, but this asparagus was particularly woody, and so we ended up snapping off quite a bit of the ends there. Not a problem. I can actually make this on the same kind of rack I have here. Watch my bacon in the oven video if you want to see how to do that. You ready to bake it?
Yes.
Bake for 10 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. After 10 minutes, take it out of the oven and flip it over. I recommend using tongs because these are going to be very hot. And you can see they're not really much darker on the other side, if at all. That's because of the rack and the airflow, so they are cooking at the same rate on all sides. I still like to flip them just in case though. If you make this without a rack, you're definitely going to want to flip them, and you may notice that they are darker on the other side. If any of them become unraveled, just put them back, no big deal. And you can see why it's important not to use thick cut bacon. I don't remember if I mentioned that. If we were using thick cut bacon here, there's no way it would be done by the time the asparagus is done. And just pop that back in the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes until the bacon is almost crispy. Once the bacon is almost crispy, set the oven to broil, set the rack to about 6 inches away from the broiler, and broil for 1 to 2 more minutes to crisp up the bacon. This is done. Now, it will crisp up more as it cools from hot to warm, so keep that in mind. You can leave it on here for a little bit if you like, or you can transfer it to a serving dish right away. Totally up to you. I also did not line the bottom of my pan here because this one's pretty good non-stick, but if you want easier cleanup, you could have lined this with foil if you like for next time. Should have mentioned that earlier. Transfer this to a serving dish. I usually serve these as an appetizer, so I'm going to be honest, I usually just grab them with my hands as far as eating them, but you can serve them with a knife and fork if you like, and obviously tongs for serving off the main serving dish. So let's get one for everybody. You ready to try?
Yes.
One for you. You want one too? And one for you. Oh, looks like they didn't even want to wait. Well, I guess we have an answer here. What do you think, Abby? I guess I gotta try. Crispy bacon, tender asparagus. I would say this passed the test. If you like a little sweetness, I have one more idea for you. I'm gonna grab one more of these. Drizzle of 0 sugar honey. You can use regular honey as well, but I like this stuff. You want some?
Mine too.
All right. You can see it's a hit in our family. How was it? What? Alrighty then. That's even better with the honey. If you like this recipe, don't forget about my other tutorial for cooking bacon in the oven using a similar method that gets even more crispy.